thank you for joining us for another episode of Nue Kush. And I have an amazing guest for you today. He is a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, multiple business owner, multiple business, y'all, multiple business, a health guru, a financial influencer. He's helped hundreds of women lose pounds, get rid of dead weight, yes, figuratively and spiritually and physically. The one, the only Mr. Sanchez himself.
I appreciate the opportunity, man. I appreciate it. I love the setup. I love the whole nine, man.
Thank you. So let's jump right into it. Sanchez, when I first met you, it was about 2 years ago. I DM'd him because I saw a video. He had everybody working out. They had the music in the background. They was all stomping at the same pace. I was like, those people look like they know what they're doing in the gym. I should get in the gym again. And I DM'd him, and it's been up from there. It's been nothing but up from there. And so I must ask you, what made you decide to get into the health business? All right, what made you decide, I want to help train people? Because it's one thing to know how to do it for yourself. It's something completely different to decide, I want to share this information with other people.
I always worked at the YMCA growing up. I was a lifeguard, swim instructor, camp counselor, front desk, building monitor, whatever it was. I put on like 8 shirts a day. And I always worked in the gym. I worked in the gym in the college also. And so when I came home from college, all my friends and my family members was like, hey, you gonna start back training? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go into the workforce and try that thing out. And 6 months in, I got into it with one of my managers, and they threatened to fire me, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And a lot of people always look at the downside on the things that happened to them, but it was a plus. I'm so glad it happened. And on my drive back from Chicago back to Atlanta, I said, you know what? I'm going to start a gym. I'm going to help some people get in shape. I wanted to help my mom get in shape, so I helped her lose 40 pounds. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing that. So I did Saturday classes every weekend, free classes. I would have like 1 or 2 people. My family would show up 30 minutes late. They didn't respect no time. They ain't do. I was like, hey man, we got a time here. And my wife was always there. At that point in time, she was my girlfriend, and she just kept me pushing, man. I was like, you know what? I could change people's life, and I saw how it impacted people's life, gave them more confidence, gave them the authority to do whatever it was that they want to do in life, accountability, discipline. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take it all the way there. So I help ladies reach their full potential, man.
I love it. And you were very detailed in the answer. Family, boy, I want to know, is this something you were raised with, going to the gym, working out? Were you one of those people who found it along the way, little leagues and, sports training camps? Or is this something you woke up one morning and you was like, I can do that? Every now and then you find somebody, you find that one random person.
Size them up.
You never been to the gym a day in their life. But they're like, they don't got nothing on me.
Yeah.
How did you find your path into fitness?
I was always an athlete. I was an athlete from the age of 5 all the way up to I finished playing in college. But I was in the gym and I was working out, and I saw the trainer. I was like, he ain't no trainer. He can't be the trainer. And so I just applied for the position, and literally at the YMCA, we had like 4 coaches, and everybody got their own appointments. And my appointments was just like book. They like, Sanchez, how you get all the clients? I'm like, bro, I'm just giving me. You know what I mean? I'm not here to be nobody else. I love working out. I do it with a passion. Like, I love being able to help mentor and help people through their fitness journey / financial journey to reach where they want to get to, man. So that was a step. I saw somebody do it, and I said, you know what? I can do it. Because we can do anything we want to do.
Exactly.
It's all a mental. Even this podcast, I remember we talked about it.
Yeah.
And now you're doing it. Like,
exactly.
That's what it's about. I used to sit outside my previous gym and say, you know what? My next gym is going to have this, and that. And now I have it. So it's all about manifestation.
I love manifesting. I must know, how did you figure out bridging the gap between your physical health and your financial health? Because it's not just that you own a gym. It's not just that you help people get healthy physically. You took it a step further and was like, let me help you get that money together. Let me help you see how to be financially well off. And that is a though we know they should correlate, that is not always a correlation that most people see.
Yeah. Just going to college. When I went to college, I mainly went for football, but I also wanted to figure out what are they teaching at these colleges that everybody just don't know. Because you're just not gonna tell me, oh, you learn this. There was a lot of different things I learned in college. I learned about paperwork. I learned about, I saw different people in stocks, and I'm like, you know what? I was always a gambler in school. I played cards. That's the craziest part about it. We get taught how to play dice. We get taught how to play tunk, pity pat, all solitaire. We get taught how to do all those things, but not getting taught how to learn about stocks, not learning about, being disciplined with your money. Most people spending 100% of what they make, but they're wealthy only spend about 30% of what they make on their living expenses. Nobody's teaching that. Nobody's showing you, but I understand why they're not showing you, because why would they show the deer how to get away from the lion? No, but they have nobody to eat. So they're going to eat the people who are not financially literate. So that's the key, man. So I say, you know what? If I can influence these people to come work out, which is already hard, I can influence them on different type of levels, man. So I use my influence to help them physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, any type of way that I can. So that's why I use my platform.
And you actually have a class coming up, do you not?
Yes. So it was actually yesterday.
Okay.
So I was teaching about stocks.
Yes.
Just showing people, if you got an Apple phone, you don't have to invest all your money. But just if you got an Apple phone, you got an Apple Watch, you got an Apple, they don't even call it a laptop. They call it a Mac.
Yeah.
You call somebody a laptop a Mac. If it's a Mac and you call it a laptop, they like, who? I ain't got, why not have some of the Apple stock? Like I just been showing people in class that if you invest $500 into something in the next 5 to 15 years, you can 5x to 10x your money. So that's the key to it. So fitness and health and wealth have a lot of similar principles. You put up $1, you do 1 push-up. You put up another $1, you do 2 push-ups. And they go hand in hand. So, you know what I mean? And it's delayed gratification. Okay. That's the thing I love about fitness. It's delayed gratification. And being wealthy is the same way. It's not going to happen right now. And a lot of people give up on wealth. They give up on their fitness journey because it's not happening right now. All work works, even when it's not working. You feel like it's not working. You're like, man, I'm about to give up. But you give up and do what? The longer it works on you, the better it works for you. So that's one of my mottos, and I live by that motto.
You are very passionate about these subjects. What keeps you motivated? Because, like you said, all work works, but I can be one who says, I've gone to the gym multiple times. In the beginning, I didn't see the results, and I was like, I'm out this piece. I'm getting this piece. Like, I've been here 2 weeks. I've sweated out my edges.
Yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't meant for me. However, that's not the mindset you need when you're going into a new situation. So how do you stay motivated throughout the process? Because the process itself is a journey.
I would say don't worry about being motivated. Oh. Worry about staying disciplined, because motivation comes and goes. Okay. Some days motivated, we can be motivated for a week. What's going to happen after that week? Those disciplines have to kick in. You have a schedule. You have to have a routine. A routine is key to it. Because even when you don't want to do it, even if you don't feel motivated, if you stick to your routine, I guarantee the motivation will come and it'll go. But stay disciplined to your routine. So every day I'm just like, man, you know what? If I woke up this morning, I got another chance to chase my dreams and my goals. Like a lot of people put their fitness last and they try to put their money first. And they say it's not about the money, but you go to work for 8 hours a day and you neglect your health. Yeah. But without your health, you can't build any wealth. So I always say, man, just put your health first and have it in your routine. Like it's one thing that you have to have in order for everything else to work. And that's what keeps me motivated, just being able to help as many people. I have people that share everything with me, and I'm there to be their therapist and help them through the situation, man. I done had clients cry to me and the whole nine, but I feel so respected to be able to have a person that can be the person that they can come and cry to, or express how they feeling and feel safe in a safe place.
And you are also a father. Ooh, his son is so cute. Cute. He got the cute baby. The cute baby. That's what I call Sonny. I'm like, he's a cute baby. as you are fathering, what are the principles you're leaning towards teaching your son so that way he won't have to go through the same obstacles you went through?
Discipline. Showing them discipline. I make them work for it. Like if I see them trying to climb up on the sofa, I make them work, because what I'm seeing is anybody who was babied as a child, they get crushed when they become an adult. They get crushed. So if you always do what's easy, life will be hard. But if you start off doing the hard things, life will become easier for you. So that's what I'm showing my son. Sometimes you can want to spoil your son or spoil your daughter, but I already know from previous history, the people who got spoiled are the same people getting crushed in life, and they don't know how to adjust to it, because life not gonna give up on you. It's gonna be on you. Like what, that Murphy law is, you either in some stuff, going through some stuff, or you about to go into some stuff. So you just gotta keep your head on the swivel, and that's when that discipline, the motivation, that motivation gets replaced with the discipline and accountability, and just holding yourself accountable. That's the biggest thing. I hold them accountable for, hey, if you want to stand on top of that sofa, hey, just be ready for if you fall. I'm going to say, boy, I told you be laughing and stuff, playing. I say, okay, you want to stay up all night? In the morning, you're going to be sleeping. So I let him make his own choices, because I think that is big. As a parent, I let him pick out his own shoes, pick out a shirt. He liked wearing it. Like last night, he was wearing his little Letterman jacket. He loved his Letterman jacket. We went shopping this weekend, and he loved it, man. So I'm loving being a dad, man. I'm giving him everything I done have, because I grew up without my father. So me being able to be in my son's life is amazing, and I'm gonna teach him everything I know.
What conversations are you having with your wife about Sonny being in the middle? One of the first few episodes that'll be coming out, we discussed the fact that you have the generation as such a foundation. They start the businesses, they go to the colleges, they start their foundation. But that next generation, they're not starting at the bottom. They're starting in the middle, so that journey looks different. You're talking new obstacles, new conversations that they specifically are going to have. How are you and your wife going about teaching your son about that middle piece? Because as you said before, children do get a little bit spoiled, but that's because they have access to being a little bit more spoiled. I remember, there's McDonald's. Keep looking.
Exactly. Drink some water.
Exactly. So when you're in that place of, but I have it this time. Like, I have it to go to the McDonald's. I'm not eating there, but I have it to go there. If I wanted the burger, if I wanted the salad, I have that. How are you going about being disciplined and teaching and going about teaching him? Okay, you're starting from the middle. You don't have to necessarily start from the bottom of thugging it out, but you still have to respect the processes and the people whose shoulders you're standing on.
We show it by putting him in the business. So he comes to classes. He sees his dad on the mic, so he's trying to get on the mic. I watch sales videos. I take different courses. He's literally sitting there drinking his bottle, watching the course with me. We go to these seminars. We're going as a family. Like, it's all about a unit. So me and my wife we're best friends. And when I can tell anybody, man, make your spouse your best friend. It's the second most important decision you'll ever make in your life, is choosing your spouse, outside of choosing God, whoever you believe in. But choosing my spouse was the best thing that ever happened to me, because we're on the same page. She wasn't an entrepreneur. She had to gradually see all the pitfalls that I had to go through over the last 8 years. And she started about 3.5, 4 years ago. And now she has her own business. So we show him, okay, we cleaning up the spot today. Okay, you see your dad doing the class. So him being able to see it, he'll understand it more. So that's what we're doing. We're going to keep him in the business, keep him tight, and show him that, hey, go get more education. It's cool to learn.
Yes.
Because as we grew up, nobody was trying to be cool and learn at the same time. But it's cool to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. And a lot of people don't understand that. They want to earn more money, but they're not willing to put in the hours that another person put in to invest into themselves. The best investment you'll ever make is inside of yourself. So I salute you for investing in yourself.
Yeah.
And getting out there and making it happen.
I'm trying.
You're doing it, man. Like, there's a difference between trying and doing it. You try to sit down. Either you sit down or you don't. Am I right?
You're right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people say, I'm gonna try. No, you're either going to do it or you're not. And that's what discipline comes in. But you're definitely doing it.
I am definitely doing it. And one of the things I admire so much about Sanchez is I don't just admire your business philosophy, which I do. I go to the gym almost every day. But I also admire the man behind the business. I'm like, oh, this is something I can invest in because I can also invest in this person. I like I like the wife. I like the kids. I'm like, okay, I'm fully invested in what you have going on in life. And and when you're in that path of trying to make the business work, you're like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm starting the groundwork. I'm trying to make it work. You're like, my wife's my best friend. How hard was it to maintain both relationships? Because sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, the hustle is the hustle. You have to be at the meetings. You have to be on the corner. I remember you throwing the signs around.
Yeah.
If you've never seen the videos, check out his Instagram. He has them up there. So how and being disciplined, how do you keep yourself accountable and making sure you're watering the relationships that support you?
That's a great question. In the beginning, it was all like work, 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 and me separating the work from the relationship. But really, once I brought my wife into my relationship with business, that's when I really started to grow because she sees stuff from a different point of view than me. Sometimes we was just talking this morning because we have talks every day. We probably talk for about 2 or 3 hours a day, just having that communication. We go on walks, we drive together. And we literally in the same plaza. So I'm just going down there. She'd come by, hey, can you make me a shake? I'm like, golly, man, you just always at my business. But we build that relationship just talking. Like, so we know when to cut it off. We know when to turn it up. But she helps my business. So she's a valuable asset to the business. And I'm a valuable asset to her business because you can't see what's in the frame if you're in the frame. So sometimes somebody has to be outside the frame in order for them to see what's going on at a surface level. So she gives me great advice on a lot of things that y'all get at the gym. She's like, hey, a lady went like that. Okay, bet. Well, we're going to change that up from a lady's point of view versus a male's point of view. I'm like, we making it happen, make it happen. She's like, okay, we need this date and that date and that date. I'm like, I just freestyle it. So she's more organized. I'm more on the fly. And we put our powers together, man. We unstoppable. Like me, her, and God. Hey, it's a trio.
It is definitely a trinity. It is definitely a trinity, and I love that. Right now, we have a listener, and she's like, "Hey, I want to lose this weight. I want to go. I want to go to the gym, but maybe I'm not in Atlanta. How do I start my fitness journey? What does that look like for someone who recognizes they want to start, but they don't know where to start?"
The first place to start is in the mental. And I'm actually coming out with a program now for busy moms and busy women to help people lose 8 to 12 pounds a month and to keep it off. So the first goal is to develop the mindset to want to work out even when you don't want to work out. And that's where discipline kicks in. That's where accountability kicks in. The second goal is getting a set of tools that you're going to use in order to get to that goal. How are you going to eat? How are you going to do this? And the third is going to be results. That's where you're going to get the results, and you build up the skill set to be able to do it. So the first day you go in the gym, don't get discouraged because you can't do what everybody else do. You have to work your way up. It's delayed gratification. Like I said earlier, it's not going to happen instantly. In order to go to the next level, you have to downgrade yourself. Like when you're learning a new subject, you feel dumb before you feel smart. When you're working out, you feel weaker before you feel stronger. So you got to go through that part. Even when you're saving, you feel broke before you feel wealthy. Like you trying to save money, you're like, man, I feel so broken. But not even knowing you're building up your superpower. And your biggest superpower is your expectations. So you got to expect to be able to lose that weight. You got to expect to be able to do whatever it is that you want to accomplish because your expectations are what you're going to live out in your life. So if you expect not to do it, you're probably not going to do it.
You brought up a really good subject, expectations. Is it best to be almost delusional in expectations or realistic? Because I've been told when I was thinking about the podcast, there was a point in time where I'm mapping it out and I'm like, this seemed too realistic. It needs to be bigger than what you imagine. So you almost got to be a tad bit delusional to get it to that place so you can continue to grow. because if it's so realistic, you'll do it, it'll be done, and then you won't have a next stepping stone,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but there are some caveats a part of that journey where you're like, maybe smaller goals to build to that larger goal,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to build your expectations so big that because you're not making them in a specific time frame, you almost discourage yourself.
Yeah.
How do you go about being keeping that delusional piece of, I know I'm going to do it. I don't want to just be a billionaire. I want to be a trillionaire. You understand? But also keeping the discipline of staying in touch with reality, that you're not setting yourself up for failure or setting yourself up for disappointment.
I say keep your head in the clouds and your feet on the ground.
Okay.
And with that being said, you have to be delusional, because if you seem too realistic, you're gonna get everything you want. Everything that you ever wanted, you're gonna get it. You already got it. And over that, you gotta separate it into smaller goals. Inch by inch gets to a yard, but yard by yard is hard. So you just you have to stay disciplined. That's what I keep saying, discipline, because that's what it's gonna take. Even when you're not getting where you want to get to, you have to stay in tune, stay around like positive people. If you're talking to people and they're trying to doubt you and this and that, like most of the time people fail because of their own belief system. So you gotta believe that you can do it even when nobody else believes that you can do it. And most people didn't believe that I can make money off of being a fitness trainer. It's like, when I got 2 college degrees and boom. But guess what? I showed them different. When you put in that work, people start believing in you different. If I tell people that I'm gonna build a spaceship now, they like, oh, Sanchez probably gonna do it because I done follow through on everything else. So you just have to believe hard on yourself. Like between you and God gonna show you the way. Like even if you don't get what you want, if you shoot for $100,000 a year and you hit 80, that's still good.
Very good.
Because I would have been mad if I shot for 50 and I got 30. I would have been mad. But just start setting those goals a little bit higher, man, and put in the work. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. It's a microwave generation, and people want to be able to lose 40 pounds in 2 months. It's not possible. It's possible to do it, but it's not sustainable. And, you know what I mean? The longer it works on you, the better it works for you, because you want to design a fit life. You want to design a life that you can keep up with. So set those small goals, and eventually they become big goals. So if you want to lose 100 pounds, say I'm going to lose 8 to 12 pounds a month. That gives you a little leeway. Okay, I know I'm not going to lose it all in one year or 1 month or something like that, but if I can separate it, that's going to be the key to my success. And it don't put so much pressure on you to make it happen.
See, Sanchez is just flowing into my questions, y'all. He's flowing into my questions because now we're doing this move into pressure. Okay. When to apply the pressure, right? When we're talking about being setting financial goals and starting to really build that. You talk a lot about stocks, so build that portfolio for yourself. To start off, what kind of pressure should you be applying when it comes to your finances?
It depends on what pressure you can allow. Some people got an extra $200 or $300 a month. Some people have no extra money a month. But you got to look at it and see like what's most important. Like for my son's birthday, we spent like $2,500 on a birthday party. I said never again. He could have got 15, 20 stocks of Apple. You know what I mean? So you guys think long term. And as far as like the pressure, it's always gonna be pressure. But the ones that perform under pressure, those are the ones that stick out. That's why Tom Brady. That's why the best is the best, because you gotta learn to perform under pressure. And then when you get out of the pressure, you guys keep working like you under pressure. So just start where you are or what you have. If you can't invest $100, invest $5. You can go to different sites and you can buy a piece of a stock. If you can't buy the whole stock, if you just want to put the money under the bed, put the money under the bed until you get to a certain amount, and then buy whatever you want to buy. But the best stock, I know we talk about stocks and the S&P 500 and Apple and Google and Amazon, but the best stock to get is you, to invest in you. When you invest in you, you get hand over fist on return. So invest into your education. Invest, not just invest in money, but invest your time into your education. Every day, be looking at informational stuff. Every day on the way over here, I'm listening to how to be a better salesman, how to persuade better, how to become a better speaker. How can I become the best version of myself to help the most people? So I'm working on, I have the high energy, working on the high impact equals high income. The more people you're able to help, the more money you get paid, the more influential you are. So that's the key, man. I want to influence as many people as I can to help them get healthy and wealthy.
Sanchez, you again, Sanchez always motivates me. For those individuals who are like, I don't necessarily have the right environment to flourish the way that I want to, whether it be health or whether it be finances, maybe, those your parents didn't know, you don't know what you don't know. How do you go about learning that information? Where do you go? Do you just Google it? Do you look for specific books? How do you go about finding that specific information? So that way you can start exposing yourself to a new level of learning.
I say books. You start off with books. I actually paid $375 to learn how to read a book.
Oh, wow.
I graduated. Some people don't believe me, but I graduated high school with like a 4th or 5th grade reading level. And my counselor told me that I couldn't go to a 4-year school. And I almost thought to believe it. I say, you know what? I can do better than this. And that was my belief inside of myself. And 2019, I bought a course for $375 to teach me how to read a book. I never really read a full book. My mom used to sign off on all the books that I read to get a Six Flags ticket, but I never read the books. So in 2019, I really started reading books, and that's what turned me on. And as I kept reading the books, I got more access to more information, and I knew what I was looking for. And so I would find different seminars. I thought it was just a fluff. People go to seminars, but I'm willing to pay everything I got in my pocket to go to the next seminar to get around other like-minded people, because it's going to be hard. What I'm going to tell you is it's going to be hard to try to convince somebody else what you heard or what you saw. But once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So when I accomplished my financial goal and I got in a room with some other people who accomplished my financial goal in one day, in 1 hour, I said, I need to be around y'all a little bit more so I can have these same goals. And, when you get around people like that, there's no reason to be envious or anything like that, because anything that one person got, you can have it too. Like, God gave it for everybody.
Yeah.
You just got to go out there and get it. And a lot of people stop themselves on their self-doubt if you don't believe in yourself. And that's the main thing, how you process information. I might say, hey, this conference is $2,500, and you looking at it like $2,500. I can go on a trip to Jamaica for $2,500, but the perceived value is different. You looking at what it costs versus what it's really gonna cost. Can you really go on that vacation? Or you can go to this event and you can pay for that vacation multiple times.
Yeah.
So that was the key to it. I'm like, you know what? When I dropped my first $20,000 on the program, I said, you know what? It was worth it, because I would have did it for college. So that was key to my success, getting around other like-minded people. You can pay to get in the room. You should pay to get in the room. Pay to get in the room so that you can get those relationships that you need in order to go to the next level. Because some of the relationships, you're just not going to be at no coffee shop and meet another millionaire. That's just...
It just doesn't happen that way.
Nah.
It just doesn't happen that way. You brought up a really good point about relationships. And I know for me in the beginning, especially of my career, I had a hard time balancing who I knew versus who I want to get to know. Right. And it's like, okay, we grew up together. You've been my best friend for yonder years. But maybe now that we've gone off and gone to different schools, you went the family route, I went the career route. Or, we both went to schools, but we did it in different states. Hanging on to those relationships of, the core of me, of how I grew up, how I had why I got the scrape here, and, who pierced my ears versus, building those new relationships for those new environments. How do you go about balancing the old relationships versus the new relationships? Because sometimes, I will be honest, as I've grown, I've outgrown some of my friends, and I've wanted to maintain those relationships because it was such a nostalgic feeling. Like they feel like home sometimes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't bring them in public with me. At
Yeah.
least the places I go these days. So how do you go about doing that? Like, how do you go about doing that balance? And should you be is the answer that you do let those relationships go?
I would say you just place them in different categories.
Okay.
Everybody can go with you. You know, you see some family members that you only see at different events, and then you're not gonna bring them to your other events. If you know you're talking about money over here and you're talking about sports over here, I'm gonna talk in your best interest of what you want to talk about.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna pressure. I did too much of trying to pressure people to, hey, it's $1 million over here, versus if we want to talk about sports. So you have to just be able to balance it out, and there's really no balance. There's no such thing as balance, man. You either focus or you off balance. Like they would understand if you're in your focus mode. When you're in your focus mode, you can't have other people trying to pull you down and take you off track. Because when you focus, you're focused, and they should want the best for you. And if somebody get mad at you for being focused, they probably didn't have your best interest anyway.
You mentioned that in the beginning you went to school and you started working and you was like, this isn't gonna be it. I'm gonna start my own business. Which wasn't initially your plan. What is some good advice you can give someone who has to do the start over? Who is like, you know what? I went down the street, got about halfway down the block, and realized this is not the direction I want to go, but I have to take that walk back. And I have to do it in front of people, right? Typically in life, you don't necessarily take the walk back by yourself. You had a send off when you went to Chicago. People helped you pack up the crib. They put the boxes in the car.
Know how that goes.
You understand? So you have to go. So now you have to go back. And when you go back, you have this new idea, but you have to still go back to where you came from. What is some good advice you can give somebody about starting over in the middle of it?
The number one key tip that helped me with everything is massive action. Take massive action. A lot of people don't take action, so that way you have time to have anxiety, feel scared about it, because you ain't taking no action. If you got time to have anxiety about it, you ain't taking enough action. Okay. So I took action. As soon as I got off my job, I went on the side of the road and I said, you know what? I'm gonna be out here every day like I get paid. If my job told me to stand on the side of the road for 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 3 years, I would do it because that was my job.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I dressed up for Halloween. I gave out waters. I did free workouts on the side of the road. I did whatever it had to do in order to get my name looked at. People looked at me funny and was like, this dude on the side of the road. No, this dude's serious. Like, I'm in the rain. Like, some days it rain. I say, you know what? They going to want to pay me because I'm going to inspire them so much that they're going to pay me for my inspiration. And then they calling me, hey, are you that guy standing in the rain? Yes, that's me. When you want to come in? Not knowing, like, I get 5 to 10 of those calls a day. That's my gym. That's how I got started. And a lot of people don't want to go through that part because they don't want to get looked at funny and this and that. But you gotta believe big in yourself. So every day I walk out my house, I have a conversation with myself, and I say, I'm gonna give it everything I got. The people that like me, like me. The people who don't, it is what it is. Like, opinions don't pay bills. So
that's fair.
A lot of people let opinions of others keep them from doing what they need to do. And you can't let that happen. I see a lot of people, even with the gym, the opinion of somebody else saying, oh, now you work out now that offends them, so they don't even want to work out. So they're scared to go work out because they never did something. But in order to become somebody you never been, you got to do some stuff you never done before.
And that was a whole mouthpiece right there. That was a whole mouthpiece. Now, when you're going down Peachtree Industrial, there are so many other gyms. How did you stay focused on creating your gym, right? Because there's other gyms out there, right? Not the inventor, a major partner in it, a major business owner. But how did you keep yourself focused on what you had going on and not necessarily view and be watching what everybody else had going on, especially in the beginning when you were trying to reach your goals?
Because I sold something that a lot of people don't have. That's personality. you're going to buy my personality. Reason why you came to my gym, because I'm like, hey, what's up, Layla? You ready to work out today? What's up? Like, that smile,
Yes.
like, it's a routine thing. Like, I know how to turn it up, turn it down, and I knew I could sell my personality. I was always liked in high school. Everybody wanted to be around me in high school, so I said, you know what? I can help people feel good about themselves and help them work out at the same time. So I knew that none of the other trainers could perform the way I perform as far as personality and as far as price. You know, the only reason why most people pay for what you have is based on your personality, presentation, or your price.
Yeah.
And I had all of them. You know, I'm going to give you way more money. I'm going to give you way more value than you pay for. That's what I'm all about. I'm taking the money and loving the people and not just using the people and loving the money. So that's my whole objective. That's why I give away free shirts, free smoothies, free this, free events, putting on events for my gym members so y'all can come out, have a good time, network. That's what I'm all about. I want to give more than I ever receive. So that's the key to it. Just keep going. Just go. Just go. Like, just go. Like how you did this, just go. Like, you'll learn everything else on the way. Like, don't wait. Don't wait. If you're looking at this video right now, you want to start whatever it is that you want to start, just go. Just start what you have, where you are right now. People going to talk. People going to talk if you're doing good or you're doing bad. When you start your weight loss journey, they're going to say, oh, you going to that little gym, you doing that little workout, you losing them little pounds. Never hush all that. Just keep working. Most of the time when people want to pick at you for losing weight, they normally bigger than you. That's just
That's the truth.
that's always right. You know what I mean? But nobody, you know what I mean? A lot of people like to pick at people who losing weight. Oh, you're gonna look like a bobblehead or this and that. But you didn't tell me when I was gaining the weight. You think I look sick because I'm losing the weight, but you never said I look sick because I gained the weight. And people, you got to be real. Be real with yourself, man. If you don't like the way you look in the mirror, you have the opportunity every day that you wake up to change it. Do something about it. A lot of people hit me up. Hey, I'm just ain't motivated. Take your shirt off. Look in the mirror. If you like what you see, you good. If you don't, that's your motivation. Nobody got to call you. Nobody got to text you. If you put on your outfit and it don't fit the way you want it to fit, that's a
more than enough motivation.
There you go.
Way more than enough motivation. So what is the next step for Sanchez, right? You have the multiple businesses, you're a teacher, entrepreneur, you have the wife, you got the kid, right? Crib on the way. What is the next step for Sanchez? Where do you go from here? It seems as though in the beginning of the journey, it started off with just the gym and you've surpassed that, run laps around that goal, right? So what is your next step and who you want to be?
Right now, I'm becoming who I always wanted to be, day by day. It's a never ending journey. I'm chasing myself from 10 years from now. I'm looking to help more people. Like, I've been able to help hundreds, maybe thousands of people, but now I want to help hundreds of thousands of people. So I'm looking to push my program online.
Okay.
And to help busy moms, help busy women get in shape from the comfort of their own home. Not spending 2 and 3 hours in the gym, not going on these different diets, making it a part of their lifestyle. So I want to motivate you to be able to work out from your home, get that little stubborn belly fat off, and feel more confident. So I want to help all the ladies around the world lose 8 to 12 pounds a month and learn how to keep it off and keep the right mindset so you can sustain it. So that's my main key right now, to finish filming that program so that I can get it out to the people, because I know people need it. I got people hitting me up all in California, Florida, and they want to experience what it feels like to work out with Sanchez. Like, they see it on Instagram, but you know when you come, it's a different energy.
Completely different.
Can't nobody do what I do. I'm real good at what I do, and I take a lot of pride in it. Every day I'm mentally, physically drained because I'm giving you everything I got. I'm yelling. I'm speaking to you about everything. Like, I'm asking you how your day going. I'm different. I'm telling you, I'm different. So that's the key, man, to be able just to spread my love all over around the world. For somebody just to be like, hey, I want to work out with Sanchez. Go through my program, and we get it wrapped up, man. And I want to help people online.
Great. So the online expansion, pretty much. You're expanding into the virtual. which is something we like. App coming soon. I manifest that for him. App
Yes.
is app coming soon. The Sanchez app, right?
Yes.
When we get into the uh, as we're getting ready to close out, as we get into um, you said something big, which is manifesting your dreams. When you get into that place of wanting to rethink who you are or build or envision the new version of yourself, um, that can be difficult if you're so in love with who you are, right? You could, I'm so in love with who I am, but I still need to grow, right?
Yeah.
How do you go about seeing past where you are?
Good question. Like I say, I'm chasing myself from 10 years from now. So, just making myself more disciplined, being able to take cold showers, jump in the pool at 4 o'clock in the morning, brushing my teeth with my left hand, challenging myself every day. Like every day I can challenge myself, I feel like I'm growing. That's the key to it. But just knowing that I want my son to look up to me. Like a lot of kids, a lot of people look up to people past their parents. That's because they didn't make a big enough impact. I want to make a big enough impact with my son and my wife. I'm the head of my family. Them to be able to say, hey, this is a guy to look up to. Your dad did this, your dad did that. Your dad's doing this and doing that. So that's the key because I want him to be better than me. And so I want to be already great. So by the time he'd be better than me, it was like, it's times 10. And me being better, me challenging myself every day, me and my wife go back and forth. She's like, okay, bet. Let's do this. Well, since you've been doing this and doing that, then I'm finna start doing this. I'm like, bet, let's go. Let's go. It's like a challenge, man, but it's an internal challenge.
Okay.
That we have with ourselves. And we're deeply in love with just the business, personally, physically, emotionally. Like, that's my dog. That's my dog. If she wasn't working, she would have been here with me. She would have been here with me.
I love it. I love it. I love the accountability piece, right? Because you're like, hey, I love my wife. I love my son. I want them to look up to me. But they're also going to hold you accountable, right? Like knowing that there's somebody there watching your steps holds you accountable because you know that they can verbally say, oh, what's going on? What's up with you? How do you find those people to be in your corner? What are some traits that you can give the people who are like, I'm at that stage of I'm dating, pursuing? What traits can you tell them about that they need to know for that person who's going to sit down besides them and hold them accountable?
I talk to people. I talk to ladies all day.
Yeah.
60, 70 ladies. Consistency. Just like in the gym. Consistency. Me and my wife talk every day since we ever met. We're going on 10 years in March. We talk every day. So the consistency. When you're finding a life partner, you have to work on consistency. If this person going to talk to you when they mad, they're going to talk to you when they sad. A person to be able to communicate, because the communication is everything. The last thing you want to do is go to bed mad at each other, this and that. Like me and my wife have a strong connection. Well, we don't argue. You say what you got to say, I say what we got to say, and then we come up to an agreement. So that's the key to it, like holding each other accountable as far as communication. Speak how you feel. Don't bottle it in. Don't save it for tomorrow, nothing like that. Like, let's talk about it. Don't leave the room. Don't leave the room when you're mad at your spouse. That's one of the key points that I can say that will help save your relationship. Stay consistent. Well, I talk to ladies all the time. If a dude texting you this and that every day, and then it switch up, hey, somebody else in the picture. It's somebody else. Hey, you ain't got to ask me, hey, Sanchez, if this happening, then what's going You know what's going on. You can feel it. And you know what I mean? You want somebody, like I said, it's your second best decision that you can make in your life is choosing your life partner, because they can either help you become the person that you need to become or be half of the person that you should have been.
How long did it take you to start to understand your wife? Because I know for me, I have conversations with people all the time, and I swear I'm speaking English. But we get to the end of that conversation, baby, you thought I spoke a different language. And so, really getting to that place of not just speaking, but seeking to understand you. Where is your point of view? Where are you coming from when you say this? Understanding your slang, your terminologies. How long did it take you to get to that place where like, I understand this woman. Because sometimes it's Mars and Venus out here in these streets. It could be Mars and Venus.
When I start reading, because when you read, you get a chance to live multiple lives. If somebody can put their whole lifespan in 350 pages and you choose not to read it and you just want to go through the process yourself, you wasting time. And time and energy is one thing that we don't get back.
Yeah.
So when I read the book, How to Win and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, it changed my whole life because now I understood my wife. I understood why she was doing this or why she was doing that. And I'm like, okay, if there's a problem, don't correct it right here. Wait till you do this and then correct it. Like me and my wife love to eat. We love to go get wings. Wings and fries. That's us right there.
How you order your wings?
All flats. All flats. You know, we put I like honey garlic right now.
Oh.
I'm on a honey. Don't get me to go in there tomorrow now. But I know if I go get a meal, we can sit down and we can talk a little bit better. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit easier to bring up those hard topics because those hard conversations was going to build your relationship. And that's even with friends. Like a lot of people spend so many yeses and saying, yes, I can come to the baby shower. Yes, I can come to the funerals. Yes, I can come to the wedding. Yes. You use so many yeses, you run out of yeses. And then now you can't say yes to the opportunity that can prevent itself to show itself to you and take advantage of it. So you got to learn to say no, 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 no. It's okay to go through your season of no. And eventually you can say some yes. Hey, hit me up. I ain't going on no vacations till March of next year. Okay, bet. I'm finna put in that work. But a lot of people get so busy attending to everybody else stuff that they miss out on the person that's most important. People fill your schedule up like it's nothing.
You are a very dependable person. I can think of multitude times. Even when I decided to do the podcast, I said, Sanchez, I'm going to need you in an episode. He said, I got you. And when I hit him up, I was like, literally was what, last week? I was like, Sanchez, we good with day, time. I'm going to make it available. And he was like, bet, 1 o'clock, we got it. And I'm like, okay, this is going to work. This is, because the Sanchez, I know he's going to show up. When you are such a dependable person, how do you go about navigating people who know, oh, I can call Sanchez. I'm calling Sanchez. He's always dependable. He's Mr. Dependable. How do you go about navigating? Because the truth is people are cool with you when you say yes. Is when you say no that people start flipping out, right? So how do you go about navigating that? I can't give all of me. You know, I have to hold that reserve. How do you find that boundary of line to know when you're tapping into your reserve?
Over the years, the more and more I build myself, people don't call me for stuff that don't make sense. I don't go a lot of places where I don't make no money or I don't see value.
Okay.
Like that's just being 100. Like, you're not going to see me just out at a nightclub or, you know, just going to brunch, just go to brunch. I don't do that type of stuff. I'd rather sit at my house. I'd rather stay where I make the most money at. So me coming out to your podcast, I was like, there's value. We always have intelligent conversations at the gym, so I knew once we get a camera, it was a wrap. But people don't call me for crazy stuff no more. Like, you know, I'm just not gonna. When I first started my gym, a lot of people hit me up and be like, "Hey, Sanchez, you want to come help me move on Sunday?" Help you move? You think because I work out, you think I want to help move?
To be fair, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, I know they hit him up for that move.
I was like, nah, because what you gonna pay me is what I damn near pay a moving company. I'm gonna charge you what a moving company gonna pay you, and I'm gonna put my tax on it. That's how I work. Yes. If you want me to work for you, okay, I'm gonna hire the moving company. I'll inspect the moving company.
Yeah.
When you can really just go and get the moving company, but I don't do a lot of things that are outside of me learning more. I want to learn. Like right now, if I wasn't here, I'm at home learning more information because we have the opportunity every day. We have YouTube. You can learn as much information as you can. You can wake up. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, moving, listening to motivational stuff, listening to how to become a better speaker, how to become a better closer, how to persuade, how to grow my business. That's on my agenda every day. And if it's not on your schedule every day, you have to put it on your schedule to constantly keep growing. If I just get 1%, like me doing this podcast, a year ago, I didn't talk like this. You asked me a question, I say yes or no. But now I'm getting more confident because I've been practicing on my craft. And the more you practice on your craft, the more you believe in it, the more confidence you have. So I would say work on your craft.
I love it. I love it. So, Sanchez, we are coming to a close. Again, this is Mr. Health and Wealth himself. Please tell the viewers, give them all of your taglines, your information. So if they want to look you up themselves, they can get in contact with you.
I'm Mr. Health and Wealth on YouTube and Mr. Health and Wealth on Instagram. Reach out. Let me know that you've seen this podcast. Send me a DM. If you send me a DM saying that you watch this podcast, I'm going to send you over a special package. But if you really want to get in contact with me right now, send me a text right now and say, ready at 404-737-1513. Again, that number is 404-737-1513. And just say ready. And I'm going to send you over that care package. Thanks to Layla. She got y'all that package. I normally charge for it, but for her, I'll do it for you.
It has been an amazing conversation, Sanchez. I look up to you. He is the only trainer I kept. I've had multiple trainers.
She told me that when she came. She was like, hey, I'll pay, but hey.
Showing up is something totally different. I do. I typically ghost my trainers. I do. But Sanchez, your personality, like I said, the man behind the business, I was like, I can appreciate it. And he a stalker too. He came found you, girl. He definitely hit me up like, where have you been and where are you going? In which case I contribute many of my successes to the fact that you have taught me to be disciplined and you hold me accountable. Right? It's not just a paycheck for him. He definitely wants you to see you in that better version of yourself. As we get to a close, thank you all so much for viewing this episode. Make sure to leave comments, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to our Instagram. And again, thank you so much. This is Sanchez. I am Layla, and that is a close for us. Have a wonderful day.
Let's go.